Renee on the inside of the front row. Wilson alongside. Oriol Servia qualified great. He lines up third alongside Simone Pagenaud, the very strong Team Australia rookie. And fifth on the grid, Bruno Junqueira for Dale Coyne's team. The lights coming on at Toronto. One car stalled on the grid. We had 3 dead in the water last week, and Servia takes the early lead.
Junqueira made contact in the white car, made contact with Justin Wilson, but it looks like it's A-OK. Wow, look, it's Waite. It's Dornbos.
Last week's winner, Robert Dornbos, in the Muirman's Ozjet 14 from Minardi, failing to fire. They're going to have to tow him. What a blow to Dornbos' hopes. Your leader is Servia. Bruno is 4th. Dan Clark and Tagliani. Tagliani up into 5th.
Someone lost a wing. It looks like it's one of the Team Australia cars lost a wing in turn number 3.
Oriol Servia with a great run to the early lead. One of the cars in trouble back a little further. That might be Clark. Here comes Tag in that Tide Walmart car.
That's power behind him, so that means that Simone. Oh, look at this.
It's Tracy. He's got one of the Team Australia wings.
Oh!
Tracy clouts the wall with that wing caught under the wheel. Paul Tracy's day. Oh, and Gomendy. Big wreck on the racetrack. Big wreck here in Toronto. Graham Rahal's involved. He lined up 15th. We've got several cars stacked up on the short straightaway. On board with Tracy, Catherine Legg, who wrecked earlier this week. Full course yellow. We don't even get 1 lap on the board. Hard wreck on the backside. And yeah, but that would be the run to turn 8, I believe.
Yes, and Paul Tracy.
Jan Halen lost the rear wing off the Conquest car.
That was the wing from Simone Pagenaud's car that was lodged in the front of Paul Tracy's car, which obviously got in there and got under the tires.
Alex Figge out. He's helping Catherine Legg, checking to make sure she's okay. We see PT unhooking.
And Paul Tracy would have seen that he hit the wing, but the way that the driver's view is, he may not have been certain that the wing was still there, or certainly would have hoped that it would have flown off the car. But we were riding on board live while somehow they got in contact with the tire and the car just didn't turn.
Down into turn 3.
There's a contact, and see, Paul won't know it's there. Right now, Paul doesn't know that he's pushing a wing because you can't see over the nose of the car. You can see the tops of the tires, but you can't see in front. So Paul Tracy is pushing as hard as he can, and unfortunately this front wing is probably, he has 2 more corners to go. It's going to get under the front wheel, and man, did him see. Now he'll start to say, what the heck is in front of my car? Blammo!
He locked up the brakes but had no steering. I'm guessing the left front wasn't in contact with the pavement there.
You saw sparks, which means that the wing actually got underneath the car and lifted it off of the road. As soon as you saw sparks, you knew it would no longer be contacting. And that was a huge hit for Paul Tracy. See, at that point, it's underneath the tires. It's lifted the car.
Oh, big air for Tristan Gomendy.
Wow.
Gomendy nearly went end for end in the pay-by-touch 22 car. Last week's pole winner had that incident. Graham Rahal ran over some debris. Nose got knocked off the Metazone machine.
Oh.
He got in the wet.
He just tried to get it. When you see a guy almost doing end over end in front of you, you jam on the brakes, and it wasn't totally dry, as you said. You can see the wet patches there. Wow.
So the thrill from West Hill is okay. Paul Tracy out of the race car, visor up, walking back to the paddock. Wild wreck at Toronto. We'll be right back to assess more of the damage. Full course caution on the streets of Exhibition Place in Toronto. 6 cars involved in the wreck. Of those 6, Graham Rahal back on the racetrack. Jan Halen should be able to get back on the racetrack. They put a new nose on the Metazone 2 car. Right now it looks like 5 cars, 4 at least, will be done for the day. Tough break for Paul Tracy, a winner here back a couple of years ago, his championship season of 03. Want to congratulate the winner of one of the other major events of the weekend. Kimi Räikkönen this morning wins the British Grand Prix. We're in Toronto for the Champ Car World Series. Jan, it's a 1.75 miles around here as we ride with Justin Wilson. Show us this place.
It is run very close to the city center, but we're actually just a little bit outside of the city center in Exhibition Place. And what happened right off of the start was we had this standing start fairly clean through turn number 1. riding through there, that's where we saw Sebastian Bourdais get a big wiggle. Then down into turn 3, this is where they have drawn the white line. That's where the contact with Simone Pagenaud and the wing came off. But 150 miles an hour right here, that's where Paul Tracy hit. That was a huge wreck. And this is a racetrack that has elevation changes. You can see it there, a great street circuit.
Well, that is a look at the racetrack here at Exhibition Place, Toronto. If you'd like to take a lap on the edge, join Paul Tracy as he roars around Exhibition Place. Check out the series website, champcar.ws. All right, the stories from pit road. First, Michelle Beisner.
Yeah, you guys, I'm here with Jan Halen. Jan, can you tell me what happened out there?
First lap, Tracy, braking into turn 8. Tracy went off pretty hard, and, I was just trying to avoid him. Braked a little early, and Gomendi ran in the back of me. It's first lap, there's a couple of guys out there, they should be a little bit smarter about lap 1, Race is over for me, for Gomendi, yeah.
The race is over for you.
The race is over for me, the drive shaft came out and we lost the rear wing as well, so.
Thanks a lot. Over to Cam.
Well, Michelle, you want to see what happened to Graham Rahal. Remember, this strategy did work for Paul Tracy in Cleveland. You can see where he impacted the wall. The wing is normally attached right here on the bottom, so a tough start for Graham Rahal. But remember, he's not out of this thing. The crew right now is reporting that he is going to come in and take fuel right now, so he will be on somewhat of an alternate strategy. We'll see how it plays out. Let's head over to Bill.
Down here with Jimmy Vasser of PKV for the second week in a row. Jimmy, chaos at the start of the race. Have you talked to Tristan on the radio?
Yeah, thankfully he's okay. It looked pretty scary there, but just one of those things. That's a blind corner coming over there with the crash that happened in front of him. It really looked like it was tough for him to even see what was going to be around the bend, and but we're just happy that he's okay.
Remember last week, Tristan was on the pole in Montreal. The car would not start at the start of the race.
Simone Pagenaud, meantime, in the Team Australia Aussie Vineyards car on pit road. New nose on the 15 car. Pagenaud able to stay on the lead lap. Jan Halen, 5 cars out of this race. Graham Rahal will continue. One more look.
Okay, now if you see the contact right, if we freeze it here, you can certainly see that what's happened here is that the sight line was already blocked. You heard Jimmy Vasser talk about it for Tristan Gomendi. Halen in the black car had checked up because he could clearly see what happened to Paul Tracy. But if you're following a car closely, that is not a place where you normally brake. It's a 150-mile-an-hour corner, and we call him Go Gomendi because he really stands on the gas. In this case, he needed not to stand on the gas so hard.
He almost went upside down. Fortunately, that did not happen. Gomendi, though, finished for the day in the pay-by-touch 22 car for the PKV team. Hey, 2 weeks from today, we stay in Canada. The points battle continues to heat up between Bourdais, Dornbos, and Power. The wild frontiers of Western Canada, the Champ Car World Series. Final leg of the Canadian Triple Crown on ESPN. 2 weeks, Sunday, July 22nd, 3 Eastern. It'll be the Rexall Grand Prix of Edmonton. More information from ESPN.com. Still cleaning up here at Exhibition Place in Toronto. 4 laps on the board. Oriol Serbia, surprisingly, the early leader. We'll see if Sebastian Bourdais can get by him on the restart. Hey, when the Champ Car World Series comes to Toronto, always a lot of fun activities. How about this sumo match for the ages between teammates Catherine Blank and Bruno Junqueira? They kissed and made up after the takedown in the ring here at Toronto. Under caution for a huge wreck on lap number 1 as the field came toward turn number 8. If you'd like more Champ Car race action, subscribe to Race Director. The series website is champcar.ws. 6 different camera angles, team radios, live telemetry, and more, all from your home computer at champcar.ws. Michelle Beisner, how's Paul Tracy feeling?
Well, Paul, clearly disappointing day for you. You've won here twice. This is your hometown. Tell me what happened.
I don't really know what happened. Obviously, we got a pretty good start and got away off the line, and then at some point, I ended up with somebody's wing underneath my car. So I think going down the straightaway, I ran over the wing, and then when I went to turn for the kink in the straightaway, I had no steering because the wing was under the car. So it's disappointing.
Car's in. It's being fixed now.
Pardon me?
The car's in.
Yeah, it's done. It's ruined.
All right, thanks.
Second week in a row for the Cleveland winner. Big problems for Paul Tracy. Last week he crashed in the morning warm-up, then the engine let go during the race on the backup car. Today here in front of the hometown fans doesn't even get 1 lap completed.